Okay, this is a home stretch on Sunrise today. You already know who we have in the studio. She is many things. She wears many crowns, but a lot of people know her as a songwriter, a musician. She is very reputable. She's an actress, a journalist, a politician, and the list I cannot. Just giggling already.
The one they call the elegant stallion.
Of course she is. Madam Onyeka Owenu is a Nigerian legendary singer, songwriter, actress, journalist, politician, X Factor series judge. She's the youngest daughter of the Nigerian educationist and politician D.K. Owenu. She's popularly dubbed Elegant Stallion. I can go on, but I would like to reserve the rest. She's blushing, she said. You're welcome to the program.
It's good to be here.
I mean, I grew up in, a lot of people already know how old I am anyway. I remember songs like, if you love me,
you go wait for me.
One love,
Keep us together.
How has it been over the years?
Wow. What can I say just to give glory to God, who gives us all our talents and provides us with the opportunity to use those talents. I'm just an ordinary person that God somehow has touched. Yes. So when you say all that, I really am blushing inside because I think.
Sorry to interject. One of my friends described you as an ordinary person doing extraordinary things.
Because when you let God work through you, that's what happens. And I do believe that we all have it, just as you guys are doing an extraordinary thing on this station. I'd really like to congratulate you and thank you for the good job you're putting.
Thank you very much. But let's ask you, when you look at the Nigerian music industry over the years, you know where you came from. I remember many years, RN2, Radio Nigeria 2, Martin Streets, those days. I remember, and when you come in for an interview and we're talking about your music, the excitement, the passion and everything, and your passion for change in Nigeria, you're not singing about politics, but you're talking politics along it.
I'm singing about issues.
Where are you now along that trajectory?
The interesting thing is that all the things I've done in the past somehow have come together in a fulcrum to where I am right now as the Director General of the National Center for Women Development. I'm using the name that I've made over the years, the issues I've sung about, because I've always been talking and singing about women and children. I'm using my gift as a speaker. I'm using my gift as a public person. I'm using all that to project issues about women. And right now, my passion, my thing is the girl child. Ever since I stepped into that office, I've been screaming, the girl child, the girl child, the girl child. This is a special demographic group that we have ignored, basically. They're out of the equation. We don't factor them in when we're making policies. When we talk about women in politics, we're not even thinking of them. Yet the girl child is between the 9 and 18. At 18, you're old enough to vote, but you're not educated politically. You have not been brought into the discussion. And with what happened with the war that is going on in Nigeria, rape, violence against women is used as a weapon of warfare. And guess who is affected most? It's the women, it's the girl child. And look at the educational system. I was in the green room listening to you talk about, dissect the educational system. You cannot make any improvement if you don't realize that we are growing exponentially in terms of the population of Nigeria. You can plan for 20 million people and then you get 50 million. What are you going to do? But having said that, look at the girl child and the fact that in certain parts of the country, there's child marriage. In other parts of the country, there are baby factories, there is kidnapping, there is trafficking, there is prostitution, because our values as society have gone down. What is valued now is how much money you have. And parents will say to their daughters, they there. Look at so and so daughter, they don't build house for their mama and papa. You self, only give me money, give me money. So parents are encouraging their children.
So the massive pressure on the girl child.
There is massive pressure. The educational system is so bad that even when you have your degree, you can't get a job because you're really qualified for nothing. But what we have been doing at the National Center for Women Development is taking even the girls with their degrees, we take them in and we train them and give them something to do with their hands. And so with their degree, they're educated, they can speak, they can read, fine. But what do? We teach them bead making, we teach them to cook, we teach them dressmaking, we teach interior decoration. Now we're going into carpentry, we're going to masonry, and women are so excited about having this ability. Now, the federal government, so kind, they've appropriated 20 billion for SMEs. Wonderful. And Mr. President has said, God bless him, 60% for women. And we're saying to Central Bank, hey, the girl child, this is a fine opportunity to do something for the girl child. Let's make sure that we train them and then empower them. So when you're talking about the education of the girl child, we're bringing so many factors in this summit that we're planning October 13. We get people from all over the world. The UN agencies are coming, media houses from all over. Women, we have a pre-event where girls from the secondary schools are coming together to debate and present us with their own proposal. So this is not fuddy-duddies like me telling them exactly how they feel and what they should feel. They are going to tell us how they feel. And they're talking to us about that empowerment. Even when we finish this training, can this government please empower us? Can NGOs, can organizations, can private sector empower us and watch what we do with it?
Let me take you back a little bit. Growing up, you were very vocal, articulate, you know what you want, and to a very large extent over the years, you've gone for it, you've gotten it. What were your influences?
Oh, wow.
Even up to your music and your, other many varied...
Your choice of musical career.
I thank God for the Father who gave me life, my earthly father, Honorable Onyeka Owenu. He was to be sworn in as the Minister for Education. He died 2 weeks before the time. And then I thank God for my mother, who decided that the best way to honor my father was to make sure that all the children, and I was the last, that we went to school. God bless them, and I know they're in heaven right now. Having said that, I also thank the society I grew up in. It was a society where everybody looked out for everybody else. If you were found, I grew up in Port Harcourt, if you were found misbehaving, that parent will discipline you on the spot, then go home and report you. So you were disciplined twice. Society has changed. But for some of us, we insist on giving our children what was given to us. And this is the responsibility that parents have. You can't just condemn society. The parents, look into what your children are doing. Spend time with your children, especially the girl children. Very, very important. So this is what I was blessed with. And then my faith, knowing that I have a Father in heaven, even though I didn't have an earthly father, that my heavenly Father now became my earthly father, and that he had a purpose for my life.
With all of those influences, at what point did you decide music is what I want to do and I'm going to do?
It was decided for me. It was, as a child, I mean, my mother would put me on the table and stand beside me, and we used to raise money for orphanages. We used to sing duets. So it was a natural gift. And the ability to speak, I think I got from my father, who was an orator par excellence. I mean, I don't even come close to DK when he speaks. Schools close and take your exercise books, go to the field, DK when he's going to speak. So it's all God-given. But having said that, you have to help God a little bit to make sure that you use those gifts. It would have been easy to make all the money in the world by making myself available, but it just wasn't an option because there was a name that someone had made and left for me, and I should not go and besmirch that name. So my parents gave me an example to follow, not by speaking, but by being who they were.
Now, let's move into the realm of politics. I remember many years ago you were interested in being the chairman of a local government. And I remember this conversation with you when you said, and I said, Onyeka Owenu, may God bless you, and I hope that you win so that we will have somebody with some intelligence that will reign upon a local government that will become exemplary. What happened to that vision, and where are you with helping to find people that will be chairman of local government that will make our local government sector level work?
It was an 8-year journey for me in that quest, and there was never a level playing field. You might say that some people were afraid of me coming to the local government and actually setting an example, because then more people would wake up and say, well, if she could do this in her local government, we could do even more. So I was stopped, but it was a great learning experience for me. And then we started the debate on the importance of the local government, because people were saying to me, why are you going to the local government? And I said, why not? That is the closest government to the people. I would be the president that they would see on a day-to-day basis, the senator they will see on a day-to-day basis, and the buck will stop on my table. That I would be accountable to them and say, this is how much money I got, this is what I did.
Permit me to ask you this question. What do you mean by you were stopped? Does it have anything to do with gender?
No, there are a lot of women who became local government, but Onyeka Owenu is Onyeka Owenu. I don't know how else to put it.
You were stopped. That struck something inside.
Yes, I was. Everybody knows that I was. But like I said, I don't want to keep looking back. To me, the journey, it was all about the journey and what it brought to me as a person.
No one can stop Onyeka Owenu.
No, because I think
Okay.
that God wanted me to go through that process for a reason, and I think that I could, at the end of the day, see why and the importance of me going through it. Closer to the people in the village, experienced everything that they were experiencing, and at the same time, we raised the debate about local government. Now you have more people in the local government really qualified. Really, there are some local governments that are doing very, very well. So the journey was the destination for me. But now I've moved on to another place, and I'm more concerned about where I am right now in making sure that we have an impact. You know, I've been given this job with a lot of expectation. I have wonderful people encouraging me. I have the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I'm so privileged. That woman, let me say, is something else. I think we can't thank her enough for her time, her interest in matters concerning women and the younger ones and the disabled. She is so committed. She works day and night, and I know what she said to me, and I know how she pushes me. She's never satisfied. Okay, you've done well here. What else can you do? Do it now. I will support you. I am here to help you. Let's get it done. I mean, when you have that kind of support, when you have that kind of expectation, she reminds me of my mother. My mother is never satisfied. Mm-hmm. She will be piling on responsibility. I'm the last in the family saying, yeah, but you can do it.
It's amazing how...
So when you have that